Welcome to Spotlight. I'm your host, Rich Bontrager. Spotlight shines on extraordinary leaders, speakers, authors, and influencers that know who they are, along with the impact that they and their brands bring to their clients and to the world. Today, Linda Fisk is my guest. Linda Fisk is a multi-award-winning CEO, TEDx speaker, three-time international best-selling author, keynote speaker, and university professor, dedicated to amplifying and extending the success of other high-caliber business leaders. She is the CEO of LeadHERship Global, which is a community of unstoppable women enhancing their leadership blueprint and embracing the power to be the best version of themselves in work and life. Welcome to Spotlight, Linda Fisk.
How amazing is it to be able to be a part of this program with you? Thank you so much. What an honor. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Well, thank you. And again, as a global leader, you know the power of media. You leverage it extremely well, personally and professionally. So let's start there because you've created your own systems, own programs. But why is it so important as a media brand expert, as a leader, to leverage media the way we do here?
Yeah, I think that everyone needs to understand the power of being able to tell your story in a compelling, engaging way that is rooted in the foundation of your principles and your values. So for me, I am focused on helping other leaders define their vision, grow their leadership, expand their influence, and leave a lasting legacy. And a key to being able to do all of that is being able to stand on a stage and tell their story in a compelling and engaging kind of way to ensure that people are clear about what they stand for, what their values are, what their principles are, and the impact that they create in the world.
So part of your genius in doing all that is you've combined research, characteristics of the effective network. You learn how to create your own powerful tribe, which is LeadHERship Global, but you also help people support their own passions, their own dreams, and you help accelerate that. Explain how your genius really came up with all that.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. I am not the first person to come up with the idea that working together in collaboration can have a transformational impact. By bringing leaders together to focus on overcoming obstacles, solving problems, advancing success, you're able to create an incredible impact, much greater than any of the individual leaders by themselves. So LeadHERship Global is a community for the most impactful and extraordinary women in the world, unleashing the full potential of high-performing and growth-oriented leaders in a confidential, supportive, and private community. We believe that we can help members accelerate their success by harnessing really the knowledge, the influence, and the trust of high-performing women all over the world to stimulate idea exchange, to support creativity, and to provide the resources and tools that are uniquely designed to accelerate personal and professional growth.
So that acceleration, it's different for everybody along the way, I'm sure, but you also do have a way specific to elevate and expand it. Can you touch on a couple of ways that you help these amazing leaders, women leaders, do this?
Yeah, I will tell you that we all know that social networks are critical to professional advancement. But research from the Kellogg School of Management at Northwestern University now tells us that men and women need very different kinds of networks to succeed. And because women in executive leadership often face cultural and political hurdles that men typically don't, they actually benefit from a very close inner circle of female contacts and connections that can share private, confidential information. Women face a much greater challenge in networking to find professional opportunities and career advancement, and they, much more than men, need to maintain both a wide network as well as an informative inner circle in order to land the best positions, secure the most advantageous opportunities, and to really make use of every tool, every resource to advance their definition of success.
Now, you have been able to narrow it down, the scope, to 9 essential elements or types of people that really you want in your network. I'm very interested in on how you identified that and what those 9 are.
Yeah, I will tell you that first off, it's really, I think, noteworthy to combine research on the characteristics of an effective network with what we know about gender differences in networking and determine how our social networks affect our well being. And for women, most experts suggest that there are 9 types of people that everyone should have in their network, again, as a woman in leadership. The first is a co-striver, and this is someone who's working to achieve something very similar to you. So they're on the same path you're on. This person can be a professional or a personal connection, but you both are on the same path. You have the same ambitions, you have the same goals, and they can relate to you based on that shared goal, that shared objective, and be there for support and encouragement as you both work towards that goal. The second person is actually somebody that I'm often noted, and this is a super connector. I am often noted as a super connector, and they know everyone and everyone knows them, and they can introduce you to the right people. Having a super connector in your network is absolutely critical for your future success because this person connects you with people and with influential groups that you may not typically have access to. So they expand your connectivity, your dynamism of your network. And super connectors actually enjoy connecting people in their network. So that is the person you want to go to ask for that desired introduction, that desired introduction to your ideal audience. And the next person that I will just highlight out of the 9 is a champion. And this is someone who's really your cheerleader, someone who believes in you. And I got to tell you, we all need a champion in our power tribe or our success circle. This person is always cheering you on. They regularly sing your praises or defend you, even when you aren't in the room. And this is a person who is going to be directly and deeply invested in your success. Someone who is going to be an objective, unbiased listener, someone who is going to provide feedback and advice and guidance based on your best interests. But most importantly, they are going to always champion your success.
One thing I have to say in knowing you and part of your genius, you are passionate and you can't hide it. You are a contagious woman with everything you just said. The training, the scope, the direction, the counseling, the tools, everything you just described, you light up. Is that a natural thing? Is that a true passion? Or is that something you've had to take on to create this community?
No, I will tell you that it is absolutely part of my DNA. I know that through LeadHERship Global, that leaders are going to be able to meet incredibly inspirational trailblazers, pioneers, innovators. They're going to be able to create lifelong friendships. They're going to be surrounded by people who are deeply invested in their success. And I have seen women discover a new mentor, a coach, a partner, an employee that has taken them to their next level of success. I've seen businesses double and triple in size. I've seen partnerships formed that has expanded the success of both parties. I've seen referral networks created. I've seen incredible advancement in not just someone's personal brand, but also their business performance and their revenue driving.
So you're a TED Talk speaker. You're an author several times over. You're a keynote speaker. You're an advisor. You have many different titles. Why focus on women? Of all the different things that you've already got accolades for, why did you say, I have to do this?
I feel like women face unique cultural, economic, and social barriers in many countries around the world that men do not. In many places, women still aren't allowed to own property. They aren't allowed to hold a job. Sometimes they're not allowed to be educated. And there are so many barriers to allow a woman to fully express her gifts, her talents. And I feel like even in the most advanced societies, we still have a ways to go to ensure that the implicit and explicit biases that women face are eliminated.
With that, as we wind down this spotlight feature with Linda Fisk here today, Linda, what is it like for you? You kind of just touched up, but what's it like for you to watch these women literally transform as are in your community of LeadHERship Global? What's it like? Maybe think of one person, two people that you know you've seen that transformation. Describe what it really means when you see that happens.
It's inspiring and it's motivating to see women step into their purpose and their passion, to be able to see them boldly impact the world, to be able to be an innovator, a pioneer, a trailblazer. It's absolutely enriching, motivating, inspiring. And I tell you, it is a privilege every single day to be in a community of other women who cheer each other on, who offer counsel to each other, who support each other to greater and greater levels of success and impact. And I will tell you, the purpose of LeadHERship Global is to create and support those personal and professional breakthroughs. And I see it every single day. And being able to be in a position to help guide women to achieving greater levels of leverage and freedom in their careers and their businesses and their lives is absolutely the most profound honor that I can imagine having in the world.
Linda Fisk, CEO, author, TEDx speaker, influencer, and much, much more. Linda Fisk, thanks for being with us today here on Spotlight. That's going to do it for this edition of Spotlight. And don't forget, Spotlight shines a light on amazing authors, speakers, leaders, influencers to share their genius and their brand authority, as we just heard. Watch for more Spotlight interviews coming your way from Rock the Stage Media. Until next time, I'm the host, The Trigger, Rich Bontrager. Have a great day and shine bright.